Good morning, Tamimi. Good morning, Alberto. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're based. Good morning, Captain. I said what? AMC looking to make moves. Let's have a quick look at AMC now. Bed Bath & Beyond issued another offering last night. Just as I was doing the trade recap, they issued an offering. Yes, please let it be a green day. I need one because yesterday was a terrible day. So I'm just going to size down a little bit, pull back, be a bit more patient than I was yesterday. Hey, Farron. Back to basics. Whenever you have a bad day, zoom out, go back to basics. Did everybody see? Did everybody see Bed Bath & Beyond's offering yesterday? Oh, it's selling off again. Look at this 15-minute chart. You'll see better. So 15-minute had a really good day, pushing it up, artificial inflation, and then after hours they just tanked the stock by issuing another offering. This is what garbage companies do, and I keep saying this: don't get married to a stock because it makes you money. This is what garbage companies do. They inflate the stock price as best they can, and then they issue an offering, and the stock price comes crashing back down. And what they do is they diluted the float, so the float's a lot bigger. Then what they do is the price reaches a certain level, they will do a reverse stock split in order to remain within the exchange guidelines, reducing the number of shares on the float, but bringing the price per share back above the threshold to remain listed on the exchange. And then they will pump the price back up again, ready to issue another offering. And that's, you know, another way of raising revenue for the coffers when they're about to go out of business, because that's essentially what Bed Bath & Beyond are at the moment. Is they're on the verge of liquidation, they're on the verge of bankruptcy. So they're looking at ways to raise money to pay the debts, and one of those ways, is to issue more shares, dilute the float, and sell more shares. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Stone Cold. It's an ETF, Vol. SQL, it's an ETF, isn't it? There's too many of them now, Jack. Too many of them are just comedy gold. Tough Built last year was a perfect example, and there's a whole bunch of them that are very similar in terms of how they can't be profitable from their own business, so they will try and make money. That's not where I wanted to put that. I don't know. Has it got news? I don't know. It's at 131. Had a pump up. It's moving up higher now. It's 152% up on the day. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's not something that usually interests me. Thought it was an ETF. It's not. Zakalal. Sequel. Yeah, Powell's got his, well, not just Bars, but Powell and Barr will both be speaking today. So, yeah, I wouldn't get too hung up on Cosmos at the moment. It's very low volume, so, Jaron. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's low volume at the moment. If it sustains this level of volume, and holds above kind of 550, maybe. Yeah, it certainly can. Lithium American. I don't consider that far for day trading, Alexander. The clue is in the title, day trading. So I'm hoping that we've hit the bottom, because most of my long-term positions are in the red. But I'm hoping that we've had the bottom now last October, and then we'll steady rise, and then ultimately get back to the levels where I'm actually making profits on my longer-term investments. That's what I'm hoping for, Alexander. But I don't know what's going to happen for 6 months from now. You never know. So anybody that tells you what's going to happen in 6 months, they're spewing nonsense. Nobody knows. You never know what's around the corner. Nobody predicted the pandemic. Nobody predicted 9/11. Nobody, you never know what's going to happen that could potentially tank the market. Nobody predicted the SBF's bloody shenanigans on the crypto exchanges last year. So a lot of unseen macroeconomic events can impact the market. So I prefer to trade the price action. I will look to the higher, the blue chip stocks, the S&P 500 stocks. I will look to them for longer term investments, knowing full well that they have the economic moat to protect them from, macroeconomic issues that could send the smaller, less protected companies to the wall. So, yeah. I'll take a look at LAC. So LAC lacks consistent volume. That's the thing. If you look at the volume profile here, it's hit and miss. So I've been a little bit concerned about this at the moment. It lacks consistent volume. It does have a catalyst, Lithium American, but it's. So just to put this into context, relative volume is what you're looking for. You want good relative volume. On an average day, Lithium American would trade about 2.5 million shares a day. over the last 3 months. That's what it's been averaging, over 2.5 million shares. Right now, it's traded 688,000. So it's below average at the moment. It probably will get above average after the bell, but it's not looking specific, particularly interesting in terms of what it is. Now, what may make it interesting is if it does continue to get back over 27. At the moment, it's like 11-12% up on the day. Not really got the volatility there. We'll be looking to trade it intraday at the moment, so could change. We'll see. Let's see if the catalyst sparks a bit of, it doesn't seem to have. Like I say, there's less volume, intermittent volume, and it's just sideways, chopping sideways. It had that gap up at about 6:30 when the news dropped, but apart from that, it's not really doing much. No worries, Tony. KPRX, I traded that earlier, but it didn't sustain. Lucid, let's have a quick look at Lucid. Not doing it, it's just barcoding at the minute. Not doing anything. Up at just under $12. Very low volume. So if you're still holding bags with Lucid up at kind of what, $15-16, you're gonna have to wait. You just trade small, Alicalca. You got a 50k account. What you're looking for is like one. With that, it's you're looking for 0.5% gain each day. So you look at what way the market's going and trade the trends. Quick in, quick out. When I started off with, I think, $10,000. Then blew that up. Then I had to refuel and put another. Basically, before I started being profitable, I lost about just over $30,000. Alexander. Exela Technology, 7 cents. Thoughts on Exela? Do I need to have any thoughts? Garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't trade literal penny stocks. So there's a reason that they're priced at 7 cents. This was a big social media darling for a little while, and it's basically just vomited time after again. I mean, you only have to go back to last summer, and this was over $2. It had to, well, it was actually down at this level before, and then they did a reverse stock split to get back up to compliance, and they just sold off and vomited ever since. So what they'll do again is they'll try and pump this back up, or they'll do a reverse stock split to get back into compliance. And probably continue selling off. It's garbage, is what it is. A lot of, and I'm not saying that just to. I'm not ragging on Exela. A lot of these companies that I trade on a daily basis are garbage. The majority of the companies that I'm trading on a daily basis are garbage. There's a reason why they're priced at $3, $4, $5. And it's not because they are they're going to the moon. It's not because they're a great company. AMC, for example, it's not a great company. It's and whether you're an ape or not, or whether you like going to the movies or not, the way that AMC's run is not great. There's a reason why it's struggling for money. Bed Bath and Beyond, there's a reason why it's priced at very low. You don't suffer on the verge of bankruptcy, which a lot of these companies are doing and have done, at $3 a share if you're a well-run company with a differentiating economic mode. You just don't. How much I trade with on an average day? So I've got a leverage, so I can get up to 6 times leverage. I start each month. I usually start each month with a $30,000 account, Alexander, and then I grow the account throughout the month, withdraw and start again with $30,000 account. So I didn't do that for the last couple of months. I've withdrawn for February, but I've currently got big red day yesterday. I've currently got $59,000 in this account, and I've got $8,000 in the small account. So I'm doing the small account challenge. We started with on the 17th of January on the small account challenge with just under $2,500. It's currently, after my first red day yesterday, it's currently $8,000. So it's still more than triple the size. Yeah, I've just been looking at that, Mike. So I'll put 160s, looking strong. It gets over $2 and continues to move up. I might be interested, but up until it does that, I'm not compromising. Not today. I'm not compromising my strategy. I'm not compromising my principles and trading these low price stocks. This could be a big runner. It certainly is having a good moment. It's the best moment I can see on the daily that it's had. So Alec Alca, think about it for a second. If you've got a $50,000 account, and let's just say you've got 6 times leverage, if you were within a broker that gives you 6 times, let's wind that back. Let's say you're with a broker that only gives you 4 times leverage. You've got 50,000 in your account, you've got $200,000. You wait for which way the market's moving, and then you go for a blue chip company that's going to follow that market, and you go for a very quick scalp, and you make $500 easy by doing that. You go for 500 shares to 1,000 shares on a blue chip stock, and while it's as soon as it's trending, you don't do it in choppy markets, only while it's trending, and then you go for a quick scalp on it when it's making a good move, and you made $500. And you walk away. The problem is not being profitable, it's keeping the profits. That's the hardest thing that you're going to do, because you're going to get greedy. It's not getting green that's the problem, it's staying green. So get green, stay green, get to goal and get out. So getting green and staying green, that's the challenge. And then getting enough green to goal. People are never satisfied. You've got to your goal. What's the point of having a goal if you're not going to, adhere to it? Once you've got to your goal on the day, close down and walk out. Yes, if you've got momentum stock, if you're in a trade with a stock that's got momentum, complete the trade. Complete that trade. Don't just walk away because you're over goal. Make hay while the sun shines. Maximize your profit on that particular trade. But once it's done and that particular stock is exhausted, close it down and walk away. You're over goal. It's what you want. Hey, Steve. Well, it's knocking on that. Or it's knocking on that right now. At Vols. It's showing no signs of stopping. It's a bit extended right now, so if you're planning on getting in, look for a pullback. Don't just jump in at 175 for a break of an arbitrary level that's not proven to be any kind of support or resistance. Look for key levels. And it is a psychological level at 175, but what you want to be doing is seeing it break that and then test it as support, pull back to 175 and then move up. But extended at the moment, so it's got good volume. It's very good volume. I don't know what the float is on this. Let me just have a quick quick look at the fundamentals and everything else. SQL. So SQL establishes 2-year cooperative research and development agreement with US Department of Justice's Federal Bureau of Investigation, the old FBI. FBI. Terms not disclosed, but that's why it's moving up. Now the average volume, so talking about relative volume, it's a 6 million float. It's already traded 22 million pre-market, so it's rotated its float almost 4 times now. So 6.5 million in the float, negligible short interest. What I would say about relative volume, this normally trades about 80,000 shares a day. Over the last 3 months, it's about 80,000 shares a day. It's already, as I say, already done 22.5 million shares. So the relative volume on this is huge. So yeah, if you want to be getting in, it's a bit extended right now. So wait for this pullback and then confirmation of new highs. This is currently up 200, almost 250%. That's what it needs, get in. So volume and volatility. It's not just good enough to have the volatility, it needs the volume. No good without volume. This is going to test $2. Thanks, Angel. Appreciate that. If this breaks $2, this could go. This could really motor today. It could go parabolic. Well, it's already gone parabolic. Let's face it. On the 5 minute, we are extended. I'm just going to take half off for a bit of profit. The start of the run, gone cold. You always want to get on the front end of the of a run. If you get in the back end, it becomes weaker every time. Think about the elastic band theory. You've always more chance of getting faked out at the back end of a move. Getting rejected up there at $2. So a little bit more. $190. I'll get it. Okay. I hope I have a better day than yesterday, Alistair. It wasn't a great day yesterday, but look, you know of all people, know that those kind of days happen. You get that the mist kind of comes over, and you don't get anything right, and then you look back at it and you're like, you just mistimed everything. You misjudged everything. You're not paying attention to the higher time frames, and you kind of asking yourself the questions. Why did I actually do that? And you can't answer it. And that's the whole point of trade. You need to be on point. If you're not on point mentally, you're going to lose money. And the thing is, if you're going to be having one of those days where everything's going against you, just walk away. I mean, yesterday, for example, I walked away, didn't trade, and then came back for power hour. I was a lot clearer. Took 2 trades in power hour, both profitable. If I'd done that to start off with, I'd have been a lot better off. You think so? You do realise that Bed Bath & Beyond issued another offering to the market last night, after hours. So I'm not sure about it going on another run today. A run downwards. Maybe. I'll see this confirmed over $2. It got rejected at 2 before. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Stocks at this level, they are absolute garbage. I don't care who they've got a contract off. Morning, Julie. Oh, thanks a lot, Julie. We got rejected again at $2, so that's twice it's rejected. Let's look for the 3rd time, and then we start making a bit of a double top on the 5 minute, a bit of a flat top on the 1 and the 2. Well, I think Redbush is probably right. Bed Bath & Beyond is going to zero. They're going to go bankrupt unless they get acquired by Walmart or another big retailer. They're going to go out of business. In the UK, we saw Debenhams go out of business. We saw Woolworths go out of business. You know, big household names that just couldn't sustain. So Bed Bath & Beyond is going to be one of those. They've issued the secondary offering, another offering to the market last night, and even when that's done, it's not going to fix the business problems. It's going to pay off a few debts, maybe kind of stay the execution, but it's not going to fix the problems. So just by issuing another offering, all they're doing is exactly that, staying the execution. They will go the way of Revlon last year. Revlon ended up getting acquired because they were on the verge of bankruptcy. Bed Bath & Beyond will do one of 2 things. They'll get acquired or they'll go bankrupt. This pullback to the $0.75 level is interesting, because that's what it did last time, if you see, on this little move up here, and that's when we got the breakout, the quick breakout up to $2. So I got in here. Obviously, I missed a couple of cents, but it pulled back here to kind of the $0.75 area. And it's an area. It's not to a cent. It is an area. So Right now it is exactly to this $0.75, but before it was 170. So let's put a little line on there. Let's put 2 because we've got key levels. $2 rejected a couple of times. Trying to make another move back up to $2. It gets back over $2. Great. Needs to hold. This $2 is when it really becomes interesting for me. It is 260% up on the day. It is extended, but this little pullback here is healthy. It's the first 5-minute candle in 6, 7. First 5-minute candle in 7. So this is now, we're now on the next green one. So looks like we're going to break $2 this time. Went up to, tapped 202 on the ask. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen with Bed Bath and Beyond. They're either going to get acquired or they'll go out of business. Well, they're trying to raise money, but they're not going to go on. They're not going to go on the run. People will be jumping ship. So the retail investors will be jumping ship from an interest in Bed Bath and Beyond, because this is how many offerings have they hit the market with in the last couple of years, and they'll be moving back over to AMC or Ape stock even. KPRX is just consolidating sideways, not doing anything at the minute. That's the top mover. This will become the top of my charts, my scanners, as soon as it breaks $2. I've got filters on for $2. It's struggling at $2 though. It's got there's some big sellers at $2. It's over. It's finally done it. Yeah, we'll just fill that wick in though, Tamimi. Oh, we did fill that wick in, but now we're getting the devil horns on the 5 minutes. So look at the 5 minutes on this. So this is a bit of a warning sign for anybody looking at this. If you're in it right now, take some profits. If you're not financial advice, of course. If you're thinking of getting in, be wary. This is a 5-minute devil horns, which is a reversal indicator, or if you're in it, an exit indicator. So just you had the first up wick, which Tamimi was talking about, that was a reversal indicator. So now we're getting the devil horns there. So just be wary, 5-minute devil horns. Just be wary of that. It is extended. It needs to close above $2. Soundhound back above the VWAP. Bed Bath and Beyond still selling off below the VWAP. Big Bear AI testing $6 again. May go green on the day. AMC currently at 694, testing the VWAP. 695. And there you go, Alec Alker. I've not used 50K's worth of equity, but I've made $500. If that was your goal, I could have probably done this on the small account. Probably not. I wouldn't have been able to take 5,000 shares on the small account. $2.5. So. Now it's just entering a period of consolidation, which is fine. So now you need, we've got this range that it's going to You can trade the range if you want. You've got a 25-cent range that you can play with there. But for me, extra volume and a break and hold over $2. That's what it needs now. Some of them do. You're absolutely right. So by the come the open, some of these stocks will lose momentum. It depends on the catalyst. If it's a really good catalyst, what I'm looking for on a daily is stocks that are gapping up pre-market. They've got a strong momentum. They've got a good catalyst, and they sustain after the bell. So we get that break, maybe a bit of consolidation before the bell. So we're coming up to 22 minutes to the open, but it pull back towards the VWAP. Maybe pull back towards a little bit of retracement towards the VWAP, and then at the bell, even if it's a small dip, but ideally take off after the bell and break pre-market highs. That's, you gap and go for potential parabolic squeeze, because people, if it's been short interest, for example, overnight, they're covering, or there's people that were retail traders in particular that are looking to get a piece of the action because they couldn't trade pre-market. For whatever reason, you get this influx of buying power at the open, which forces it to squeeze upwards. And that's what I'm looking for. If it's a good, strong catalyst, there's a lot of retail interest, there's a lot of people with eyes on the stock. And the reason I'm saying retail interest as opposed to institutional interest is because we're talking about garbage stocks. When you're talking about penny stocks, low float, low price stocks between kind of, $4, $5, $6 and above, so less than $25, the institutional investors are not really going to be, impacting unless there is money to be had. And if there's money to be had, then the institutional investors will add to that buying frenzy. So the volume is key. A good rule of thumb is follow the crowds. Wherever the volume is, that's where the opportunity is. So if you look at stocks traded by volume, look, filter by float size. Okay, so float's less than 100 million in the float and the highest volume, and just look at what you'll find, that those stocks on any given day, those stocks are what have the big moves. So the biggest volume stocks, under 100 million on any given day, are the ones that are going to have the biggest moves, and that's where the opportunity is. Follow the crowds. The reason why technical analysis works is because not everybody, the majority of retail traders and institutional traders as well are using, technical analysis, support and resistance, breakout levels, technical indicators. They're using these on a daily basis, so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't put a stop loss pre-market. That's the simple answer. How do you put a stop loss pre-market? You don't. So the average true range, depends on the number of candles you've got it set to, is the range from open to close across a given time frame. So the average true range on this, for example, if I take this green candle here, we had a high of 153, a low of 137. So right there we've got, what's that, 16 cents range on that one candle. However, a few candles below that, we've got a high of 130 and a low of 123. So there's 7 cents there. Take those two candles and take the average of those two candles, and that gives you an average true range of those two candles. What you're looking for is over the last 14 candles, which is what I've got this set to. Over the last 14 candles, I've got an average true range. So it takes the range of each candle and averages it out over a period of time based on the time frame that you're looking at. That's how the average true range works. It's a measure of volatility. So you're looking at if you've got a stock that's got a large ATR, you know full well that it's got high volatility, and it means that when you're setting your stocks, you've got to take that into consideration, because it's going to pull back some, As it makes its move up, it's going to pull back somewhere, it's going to pull back a bit more. So you want to have or give it a bit wider stop, a bit of a wider risk. So you might go in with smaller size for that very reason. And as it starts to make a move up, you might then scale in. But you take the average true range as an indicator of where to be setting your stops, and also what kind of profit you should be looking for. I hope that makes sense, Captain. Soundhound just bounced above the VWAP, pulled straight back down, went up to kind of 480, pulled straight back down, bounced again, and it's on its way back down again. So very choppy, Soundhound. It is, a lot of these moves are choppy, which is why I'm being patient and I'm being cautious at the moment. So let's have a look at Soundhound. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, because Sequel's struggling at $2. Soundhound here got this spike in volume, an increase in volume. We got this move up, and then broke through the VWAP, hence the increase in the volume. Then it pulled back, bounced on the 200, moved back up, and then so now this is an M pattern, double top type pattern. It doesn't have to reach the highs, but you've got the clear, distinct M pattern, and an M pattern is bearish, so not 100% effective. You do you make your own decisions, but this is the sign of a reversal as a sell-off or a pullback. If you look at this on, that's one indicator, the M pattern there, right? Okay, the other indicators, look at it on the higher time frame. You've got devil horns. There's a little one horn and there's two horns. That's on the 5 minute. On the 2 minute, you've still got the M pattern. So you've got multiple reversal or exit indicators, or whatever you want to call it, bearish indicators on Soundhound right now. So just be careful if you're looking at that. No, this isn't the small account, Alistair. I've not traded the small account yet. I've just traded small size, or relatively small size. I've not been trading the small account pre-market. Wait till the bell, and after the bell I've been looking at the small account. So that's a good question. What percentage of my equity do I typically commit or risk to a trade? I don't really judge that as such. If on the small account I might take 90%. I'm not risking 90%, but I might commit 90%. So I might use 90% of my buying power, or 90% of my buying power, which is more than the equity position I have, in order to make a good return. But I'm not risking 90%. So rule of thumb is per trade you should only be risking maximum 3% of your equity, no more. Now that's a classic case of do as I say, not as I do, because I'm an over aggressive. I'm a degenerate, so I'm overly aggressive with my trading. When it goes for me, which is most of the time, it works out well and I make good money. But when it goes against me, I make big losses. So my equity curve it's very volatile, and it's not the best way to trade. I recommend people be a little bit more cautious with the trading, and certainly people my students that I'm teaching how to trade, I recommend that you trade smaller size, you have smaller targets, and you have smaller risk. And that way, it also reduces the emotion. You saw the way I got into it yesterday, and the emotions took over yesterday, and I just traded very, very poorly. So today, I'm trading a little bit smaller, a little bit more cautiously. Emotions are not as much of an issue, and if I lose, I'll lose small. Shut up, Alistair. That Niger boy, you can't see anything. Have you tried opening your eyes, or looking at the screen maybe? Soundhound it's on the top of the momentum chart right now, but not doing anything. So volume just died out. We got this spike up at the top of the hour, but the volume just died since then. And there's not a lot of volume anyway. AMC is probably the next best stock, momentum and volume right now, but even that's not great. So 13 minutes to the open, guys. Oh, sorry, James. I can't help you with that one. I can only see what I'm putting out. I don't see what you're receiving. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about risking your equity, you should be. What I suggest is for daily targets, you are looking for 1% of your buying power, maximum 5% of your equity. That's your goal, which is what I'm doing on the small account challenge. I'm looking to grow my account by 5% per day, and likewise, that should be a max loss on the day. So the target should go both ways. So once you've reached 5% up or 5% down, you're out. You're done for the day. So you want to be looking for 1% of your buying power, or 5, whichever is the grade, at 5% of your equity, whichever's the greater. If you're going to be aggressive, if you want to be conservative, whichever is the lesser. Now, if you're in a cash account, then 5% of your buying power is, you're still going to have to be aggressive. So you might stick to 1% of your buying power in a cash account. If you've got a $20,000 account, and you're not struggling with the PDT rule, then on any given day, you might just want to be taking or risking a maximum of like 200 or 100 bucks a day or whatever it is. So 200 a day will give you 1%. So that's your goal. On a $20,000 worth of account, no leverage, you're looking to make $200. With leverage, so for example, right now on the small account, I've got an $8,000 account. After yesterday, I've got it's down to $8,000. First red day of the challenge, it's down to $8,000. So that will effectively give me what, $45,000 in buying power. So I'm looking for a 5% equity gain. So my target today is 400 bucks, based on that, which, funnily enough, 400 bucks on a $45,000 buying power equates to approximately 1%. Now, if you get over that, great. But if you lose more than that, wrap it up, shut it down, walk away. Yeah, so let's have a look at Bed Bath & Beyond. Just capitulating. Go back to the 15-minute. So I had a good day yesterday, and then hit the market with an offering and vomited. It gapped up actually overnight. In fact, all the meme stocks, for whatever reason, gapped up overnight. And then it's just continued to vomit. So it's down, it's going to be like under $3 before the bell. Got nine minutes, it's 304. It's probably going to sell off at the bell. Bed Bath & Beyond, it is, for me, is beyond redemption. People who were in Bed Bath & Beyond trying to save it, trying to make it squeeze because of the high short interest, were probably thinking, yeah, great, and then them issuing the offering last night is another rug pull. So people have been trading, retail traders have been trading Bed Bath & Beyond for trying to get this squeeze to kick in. I've had so many rug pulls. They had a rug pull last year when Ryan Cohen sold all his shares. They had a rug pull the last offering that they came out. I think that was last year. They had a rug pull last night when another offering. So there's constant. A lot of retail traders are going to be getting fed up of chasing this squeeze and it never happening. So what they'll do is they'll move over to something else that they like to try and make squeeze, like AMC. So AMC, GME. If you look at AMC last night, it also had a spike to the downside as a result in sympathy with Bed Bath & Beyond, but it then rallied and it's green on the day. So it gapped up along with GameStop and some of the others, and it's currently at $6.95. So AMC for me is a better bet than Bed Bath & Beyond, but AMC, I still don't like it long term. I'm not betting against it, and if you're an ape, don't come after me. You do you, but I'm in it to make money. I'm not trying to you know, be part of some larger movement to, you know, raise the curtains on Wall Street corruption. I'm sensible enough to know that Wall Street is as corrupt as anything. But look, it's not my business. That's for the SEC and the other people to sort out. I'm in it to make money. Ouch. KPRX, so Vino seems to be Gaucho Group, KPRX. That's just sideways. What's the markets doing? They're selling off today. So the markets are having another. It's not too bad in the grand scheme. If you look at this on the 60-minute, it's kind of more sideways than down. It's down. It's underneath the VWAP, but it's more sideways than anything. But we'll see what happens. I'm kind of expecting another bit of a down day today. Personally, I might be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Missed you, Alistair? Oh yeah, of course. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes to the open. What's moving? So Gaucho Group seems to be making a move on low volume. No, it just had a spike. It's not really done anything. It's up to 248. Bit of a spike. 248. So this ain't gonna do. Oak Street Health, no, nothing doing there. Innovative Eyewear, nothing really doing there. Good news with Lithium American, but it's not really doing much. So we'll just wait for the market to deliver us something to worth watching, worth taking. Just the market sentiment. There's a lot of stocks that are actually down. I mean, if you look at some of the, just name some big stocks. Apple down. Microsoft sideways, so it's not gonna, if it's moving sideways, it ain't gonna lift anything. AMD sideways, not really gonna lift anything if it's only going sideways. Meta down. So general sentiment, if you look at the heat maps as well, let's see if I can pull this heat map across for you so you can see the overall heat map. So yeah, there's something wrong with FinViz, with the heat maps in FinViz right now. So let's have a quick look at another heat map. Okay, so Apple's down, Microsoft's down, Google's down, Amazon's down, Alibaba's down, Meta's down, Oracle's down, Adobe's down. You know, a lot of what this huge amount of what's making up the S&P 500 are, they're not down huge amounts, but they are down. So that's making me feel like the sentiment is a little bit bearish today. It's not sell-off sentiment, it's not market crash sentiment, but it just makes me feel like, okay, we're going to be in one of those downwards, choppy, slightly downwards days today. So that's why I've got a feeling of a down day. Just my opinion, just my feeling. It's not a prediction. It's not financial advice. It's not a cue for you to go and buy puts on the SPY or SPX. And if you do and you lose money, don't sue me. Hey Daisy, good afternoon to you. Lucy's now the one with the momentum, but kind of innovative eyewear, kind of struggling with the volume. There's still no volume. It's just made that big move on very little volume. I mean, the volume on this candle here is what, 15,000? Huge move, like 10 cents. Volume on this candle, that's the red candle, is 10,000. So there's very little volume at the minute on a lot of this. So let's just see what happens. No point taking a trade just for the sake of taking a trade. You end up losing that way. If you look at just look at the scanners though, okay? Not just the momentum scanners. I'll come to the momentum in a moment, but the big movers over $2. The big movers. Look at the volume that we've got here. Most of them are not even over 200,000. There's the bell. Let's put the scanners on the regular session. We should get some volume now. See what happens. Patience is worthwhile. You make more money by waiting than you will by trading. Wait for that one setup. Wait for the good setup. It is at the moment, Tester. Just barely. This is trying to get over the VWAP. This is innovative eyewear. Had a big day last Thursday. Went up to over $5 last Thursday. Did it move up into a halt? Did it go into a halt? SQL. Let's have a look at that. It certainly did. Yeah, and that's the problem with the stocks at this price and that opening 10 minutes. If it is going to be particularly volatile, it's just kind of breaking that pre-market high now. Which, funnily enough, because I wasn't watching it, somebody got faked out on this pre-market high, which is exactly there where the halt is. Pre-market high and the halt level. This is going to gap up slightly, but then it'll probably go straight into another halt. So 235, come back and take a look at that. Innovative eyewear. Lucy. Trying to make moves to the upside. Few levels when I traded it the other day last week, 325. My main scanner there, my real-time scanner configured wrong, so I needed to just fix that. All right, Lucy, top of the poppers. I get filled, yes. That was for the break of the $0.50, by the way. What you're getting is you'll get an increase in the volatility in this first few minutes. So you've got to factor that in. Spreads should narrow though. The increase in the volume. An increase in liquidity as well. Looking for a break of 370, which is the current high of day. 65 on the ask. $67 on the ask. 68 on the ask. Trying hard. I just wouldn't trust Bed Bath & Beyond right now. It is moving up. It's over the VWAP, but yeah, so I broke the VWAP on Lucy, so that's when I got out. Bed Bath & Beyond I'll have a quick look at that. Halted to the upside. It's broke the VWAP, but I just don't trust it personally. Yeah, so sequel gapped up, moved up like I said it would, straight into another halt. So this was just over a minute ago. Yeah, it's halted. Sequel. Ah, yeah. Not quick enough on the button there. $55. Spreads 3-4 cents. Caught between them. Let's test those highs. $6 spreads caught between it. Ah, what a crap fill. Terrible fill. Takes me back green on the day at least. Still looking for another entry here because we must get back over 370. I think we could really more to here. Buying for a bounce on the VWAP. $45, 8 cents risk on that. Put that up to 10 cents. 239 is that stop. Okay, well, we're taking a risk on the for a VWAP bounce there. It didn't quite work out, but I didn't really risk that much. I was only risking like about 300 quid for a VWAP bounce. If it moved the way back up to 370, would have been quids in. Very choppy. Most of the things that we're seeing are very choppy. Just be careful. Norwegian Cruise Lines. Any particular reason why that's moving? No, can Norwegian Cruise Lines? No, it was yesterday, so there's no particular catalyst that I'm seeing for Norwegian Cruise Lines. Yeah, wicks up and down on Lucy. I mean, if you look at look at Lucy right now, it's just like wicks are up and down. It's very choppy. It's sideways choppy around the 350 level. So give or take 20 cents. So we've got a range here now of a low there of 328, a high of 373. So it's just ranging like 15, 20 cents above and below that that $0.50 level. Soundhound is back above the VWAP. It's testing the $0.50, rejected. It's just very choppy today, guys. Just be careful. It's difficult to find something to trade at the moment. APRX had a little pop and a vomit at the open underneath the VWAP. If you're 325 is a key level for support on Lucy, so let's see if it holds that. The S&P500. Let's have a look at the market. Let's have a look at how's the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's green. It's the only one of the markets that I'm following that is. So the Nasdaq's green. It's currently like 0.2%, a fifth of a percent up. 304s. That's the Nasdaq. Look at the SPY, which is the S&P500. It's a good indicator of market sentiment. It's red on the day. It's struggling with the VWAP here, so just be careful. So we're halted down on Sequel. It's above $2, so it is of interest, but we're halted to the downside on Sequel now. So it actually gapped up from the halt and then pulled back into a halt, into a downward halt. We're getting Microsoft breaking highs. Lucy's, it holds 325. It holds the $0.25. Gets back above the VWAP. Will be interesting. Otherwise, it's just one of those very choppy. Just looking at the real-time scanner, there's nothing really jumping up and down saying trade me at the moment. IREX, that's making moves up. That's spiking down now, but it's making moves up. what was a key resistance level, now acting as support, psychological level as well, 325. So can it now get back above the VWAP? Is there anything else right now? Probably not. Just wait for, sit on my hands. I can check Getty images, no problem at all. Getty images. So Getty images spiked up. Be careful with the volume. The spreads are about 10 cents. Lower volume. Just be careful with this one. 350,000 shares traded today so far. Big pullback from $8 to, there's a 50-cent pullback there. Spreads are now 20 cents. So wider spreads, low liquidity. Just be careful if you're trading it. The range is quite big. 25. Actually, it's not that big when you think. When the spreads are 20, when the spreads are 20 cents and the range is only 25 cents. Dangerous. Just be careful. That's Getty images. Bed Bath and Beyond didn't sustain. It sold off after the hot resumption. Let's have a look. Versus Systems. We traded this last week. This moved up huge amounts last week, up to over $4 in, you know, literal minutes. Managed to get a good piece of it. That was last week. So 40% right now. Will it go back up to $3-4? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't think it's got the volatility to give it that. But who am I? What do I know? APRX to the moon. Let's have a quick look at the old APRX. Oh, there's a lovely double bottom there. Check that out. Right down to the bottom, 490 again, and then trade up into a halt at 560. So when did that halt? 48, 53 resumption. Could be of interest. I've actually got that chart in front of me. Why I didn't notice that, I don't know. It broke with the VWAP. That's when the. I'm a little bit worried about that though, because look at this. The initial breakout above the VWAP. It's not a huge volume candle, and the halt candle is actually less. So that's understandable. If it halted at 20 seconds in, there was plenty of that minute to go. So that potentially could have been a lot more, but we'll see. Lightning McQueen. You want me to check Lightning McQueen? I can do that. Well, this is Avis budget. You learn something new every day. I didn't realise budget and Avis were the same company. I thought they were competition. Go figure. Lucy now making its move back up, but it looks like it bounced at that support level. Yeah, it bounced pretty much right on the $0.25 there, as you can see. Now it's above the VWAP. Is it going to sustain? Is it going to continue? Is it going to get over the $0.50? Back to that. I'm just looking at KPRX again though. If you look at this one, this is extremely extended to the upside now on this particular move. Why? Well, when you look trade a double bottom, the goal you set for yourself is the depth of the W, which is already reached. So is it going to gap up? 57, looks like it's going to gap down. So it's at 63 right now. Looks like a 557 reduction. So it looks like it's going to gap lower, resume lower, and if you get a continuation, if it breaks the pre-market high, which was 570, will be very interesting. It tested it once. The opening range high is just is currently 568. Pre-market high 570. So the very close levels there, significant levels to get over. And if it does, might be back at the races with it. Lucy testing the $0.5. It's trading in and around the $0.5. You can see currently 556. Bounced on the $0.25, which is the level I called out. Let's see what else. Stonehound. Yeah, just barely above this. Testing the VWAP as support. The high of day on Lucy is 374. Getting very choppy. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not a clean move. That's what I'm looking for, a clean move, and it's just so choppy. So it's probably best just to. So the resumption on KPRX is vomit. So we halted up here, and I did say it gapped down. It had a quick spike up to 590 and then a sell-off. So if it holds the VWAP here, it might move back up, but I can't see it. So it broke the pre-market highs and then sold off. Just very choppy, guys. Just be careful. It's one of those days. Just waiting for a clean move. It's a break-even day at the minute for me. I've not taken a trade on a small account yet. Right, that's what. Right. Okay. Good to see some of that technical analysis going on in the Discord there. Good stuff. It's very choppy sideways at the moment. Everything. Let's look at just look at the scanners here. So we've got, it's the lack of volume on the scanners. So I'm just going to put a filter here because I'm just getting noise here on the. There we go. Get rid of some of that. Same here. No. Get rid of the noise. Get rid of the crap that's in there. So Getty is now starting to move up. Just look at Getty, so I'll have another look. Oh no, Getty is not moving up, it's pulling back. Just be careful with this one. It's looking like it's not very reliable. Does it have a catalyst? No, there's no catalyst for Getty that I can see. If you know of one that I'm not seeing, drop it in the chat. Not actually seeing anything with Getty. Big Bear AI, Soundhound, the AI stocks didn't really do much. Back to Lucy. I want to see if it breaks out of this range. Potential, look what we've got here. If that's a shoulder and that's a head and that's a shoulder, and we get a breakout above 365 and move to break highs, that could be the inverse head and shoulders breakout, but it's still very choppy. So I wouldn't recommend anybody trading that unless it does show a clean move. That's what's missing right now is any kind of clean moves. Not seeing anything on the charts, on the watch list, on AMC sold off, Bed Bath & Beyond, choppy sideways. The overall market very choppy sideways. Look at the SPY. So they've got Nasdaq had a bit of a spike up. If you look at the S&P 500, it's just incredibly choppy sideways. It's one of those choppy days. Nothing sustaining. Just trade smaller size until you get a good mover. Then you can scale in. Don't be jumping in trying to catch a little bit of momentum. Just be patient. What are my thoughts on Lightspeed? It's a nice platform. It's a nice platform. I was playing around with that last year. Lightspeed as a platform. As a broker, you still got the PDT rule to consider. So, but it's a good platform. And what's good about Lightspeed is it's you can link directly with the likes of Trade Ideas and so on and so forth, and you can it's another direct market access platform. It's you've got hot buttons. You can scripts that you can put in your hot buttons and hotkeys. So it's another good. A good platform if you're a day trader. If you're an active trader, it's another good platform. So this is the S&P 500, very choppy sideways. It's not one of those days that you can just put some money in and ride the trend, because it isn't trending right now. So Lucy, we're getting a wider. Let's have a look at Lucy on the higher time frames for a pattern on the higher time frame. So we're getting a potential higher time frame here. Let's get a couple of ray lines out there. Let's get it. It's kind of a flat bottom descending wedge, really. So regardless of which way you look at it, that could be use the higher ones or use those ones, which is more relevant because you've got multiple taps, or you can use those ones again, even more. So this looks like it's going to break down. It's a descending wedge into a flat bottom, which is typically bearish. So that's on a higher time frame. If you're looking at the higher time frame, it's a flag. Don't get me wrong. It just looks more like a bull trap than a bull flag, though. Look at it on the 5 minute. It's more like a bull trap than a bull flag. Let's see. Getty moving up again. Is that right? doesn't look reliable to me though. Huge spike down from 8 to 720, an 80-cent spike down on the 5 minute. So this sell-off from $8.20 all the way down, a whole dollar move to the downside. That doesn't fill me with confidence. It's just not enough volatility. So let's see what else comes along. In the breakout. No. Not yet. Increase in volume on that. But do we get the breakout? There we go. Kind of expected that a little bit. But I went in small. I'm going to bounce a bit of support at the VWAP. Let's add to the position for a move up now. $260 is my entry. 261 between the spreads right now. Well, let's see if we can't get a bit of volatility and a move up, break that opening range high. Excuse me. Very choppy, guys. There's no clean entries. I mean, this entry here is not a clean one. This is kind of arbitrary at best. So there's no clean entries. APRX trying to make a move back up. And the volume dies there. Okay. Let's see if we get another bounce on the VWAP. That's ending support. Dying out of the volume is what's concerning with this one. Okay, get out there. Just choppy sideways. It's difficult to get a clean move at the minute. IVDA seems to be making moves now. Veda Solutions. No catalyst for the Veda Solutions either. So went from 160 to 210 in the last few minutes, on the last hour. It's breaking yesterday's high. This is where it popped out yesterday. 225. Where it topped out yesterday. You're reading it wrong. I've not got anything in the position at the moment, Ronan. I've got nothing in the position at the moment. Right. If you're talking about Lucy, the equity position that I took when I had 10,000 shares in it, yeah, that would 10,000 shares of a $3.5 stock will be $35,000 ish. But I've got $60,000 in my in cash in this account, so but I'm not risking 35k, Ron. If that's what you're worrying about is how much am I risking? I'm not risking 35k. I risked 2k, I think it was. This ain't moving. This just ain't volatile enough for me. APRX and Lucy are just very choppy sideways, so they just wait for the break. Both of those stocks are have got potential. I think Lucy's going to break out first, I think, of the two. When it does, I'll just wait for a clean move. Last week when I rearranged my montage there, Alistair. But I'm okay because it's delayed on that. If I can't show it live, I'm not allowed to show it live. So there is a latency on YouTube, and Twitch, and Twitter and stuff. So I'm not allowed to show level 2 live. There has to be a latency. You can't count on the level 2 that you're seeing on the stream. It's delayed because the stream's delayed. It's about 30. I think it's about 30 seconds on the delay on the stream. All right, so yesterday's IPO. No, not doing anything. Hit the top of the scanners briefly. Not enough volume. This is an IPO from yesterday, just not worth trading. Lucy's the one that's looking like it might break out. Just get another. kind of 370 level. Let's round that up. That's where it's actually 375. 374 is the high of day. That 370 level is proving problematic. The question here is: we continue to get higher lows on that on this ascending support. We might find ourselves with an ascending wedge into a flat top here, but it might break down before it gets there. Bed Bath & Beyond back above the VWAP, 350, 360. Bed Bath & Beyond testing these key levels here, 365. Get rid of those lines. Went up as far as, well, high of day, 374. So exactly the same price as Lucy in terms of high of day. Looking for anything worth trading right now, and it looks like there isn't much. If there is nothing, just sit on your hands and wait. That's the key. Bed Bath & Beyond doesn't have a lot of volatility. Might be trying to bounce. You might get up to $4, but I'll be very surprised if this gets above $4 after the offerings. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. AMC's having a bit of a bounce at this moment as well. So there's quite a few of them bouncing right now. The whole market trying a bit of a green candle at the moment on the wider market. So just very sideways, choppy sideways. Choppy markets like this are difficult. They're difficult to gauge unless you're trading a range and it's a reliable range, and penny stocks are not reliable. So if you're trading a range, you're really looking at trading something on the mid and high cap stocks when they're exhibiting a strong range. If you look at Lucy right now, the VWAP is pretty much horizontal. The candles are closing above and below it, so it's just sideways chop. We've got a top of the range of 370, and then we've got an ascending support at the moment. But it's just nothing really sustaining at the moment. So just be patient, guys. Sometimes it takes till 11 o'clock to get something to break out. We might get something at the bottom of the hour. ECBP. Let's have a look at that one. Seems to be hitting the scanners. Not on great volume, but it's made a decent move up, so I'll give that a miss. Bed Bath & Beyond. Struggling at 390. What I want to see is something making successive, high days, a series of higher days. Okay, what are you looking at? What are you watching? How's crypto getting on? Let's have a look. Well, here's Bitcoin for you. Courtesy of Benzinga. So, Bitcoin currently just broke under 23,000 again. So this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin versus US dollar. So 22.95, 22.9, that area, 22.95. Trying to find some support there at 22.95. That's Bitcoin. Got to see a Benzinga charting. It's essentially trading view charting, but got to see a Benzinga. The Bath and Beyond, all the way back to the VWAP. No, Lucy. Yeah, so we're getting coiling. It's getting tight to this. It's getting tight to this ascending, this narrowing triangle, if you will. Hey, Super Chip. Yeah, it's a choppy. It's a difficult day to trade today. It's a choppy day. There's going to be something is going to want when it breaks out. Something's going to go really and move really well, but you just got to be sat at your desk waiting for it to happen. At the moment, everything's really choppy and sideways. You're getting some moves up and then nothing sustaining and following through. Soundhound breaking lows. In fact, the AI stocks are all breaking lows. They're pulling back today. This is the main account flip jug. I'm not trading the main account today. This is the main account. I'm not trading the small account yet because there's been nothing to trade. So, yeah. Are we going to get the breakout now? That's the question. If it breaks out, don't worry about trying to jump in and missing the move. If it's going to be worth a move worth trading, it's going to sustain. It's just trading within that ascending wedge at the moment. Testing the 370 level. We're going to get enough level two. It's got no big sellers, only like $4,000 or $5,000, but 5,000 shares on the level two. So it's not huge. There we go. Final. Will it hold? I want to see a candle close above 370. That's the question. No, it didn't hold. But we didn't get the confirmation. Well, it's been so choppy, Flip Jug. That's the problem. It's just very choppy. Now we're getting a breakout. Is it going to break out? Is it not going to sustain? Yeah, well, not in power hour, Flip Jug. In power hour. I didn't trade after but when I ended the stream, I just wasn't in the frame of mind for it, so I had to go and clear my head. And in power hours, when I recovered, a couple of grand. Didn't recover a lot, but no. Big volume candles, just not big moves. Scalping, a few quid there. Just put that just under break even. Breaks $4, then I can add to the position and move this stop up and start scaling in. But if it doesn't, I'll just get out for pretty much a scratch trade, I think. Like it's rejecting at 4. $95 on this candle on the ask. New high of day is 97, so we're looking for the break of $4. Some big, there's a couple of big sellers at 98 and 99, so let's see, can we break $4? There's $4. Now it's a free trade. Let's let this play out now. It's not a trailing stop or anything, but it's a free trade. A couple of cents on that. Just not breaking through, and when you've got key levels, you just want them to get that confirmation. It's okay for getting in for the confirmation, which is what we did, but then you want a confirmation it's going to sustain, and giving it enough time to coil and break those key levels is just not happening. Not yet at least. We made a little bit on it. Base hits. Okay, so we're getting something moving up. Red on the day, but it's made a big move up. It's halted at the moment. So that was a big move up. Let's have a look. Why is it so red? Microcloud hologram. Microcloud hologram develops a holographic quantum chromodynamic database information system. That came out at the top of the hour. So that's why it started to make a move up. No, that came out 8 AM this morning. It's just been reiterated. So Microcloud hologram develops a holographic quantum chromodynamic database information system. So whatever that means, I don't know. I don't know why it sold off to the downside on that news originally. Makes no sense. Let's have a look. Is it shorted? Is it what's the key data like? No. 50 million shares outstanding, but no real short interest at all. Okay, so Holo, probably not something I will be looking to trade right now. Let's go back to Lucy, see if it broke. Testing $4 again. So now we're coiling under $4. It's just so choppy today. Just be very careful with your trades today, and take profits quickly. Don't hold positions. If you get into profits, take it quickly. Don't hold positions because nothing's sustaining. So that's, if I could, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was going to give anyone any advice, I'd say once you get into a green winning position, take your profits quickly. It's so very choppy that a lot of these moves are moving up and then they're reversing very quickly and can go against you very, very quickly. So just lock it in early. Yeah, possibly, superhero, possibly. And yes, super chip, I can make 2k back, 1600. I could potentially make that back on one move, depending on the move. And so let's have a quick look at Hollow. That seems to have resumed. Well, that was a massive gap up. Wow, what's going on there? This looks like it's going to gap up again, but it gapped up 50 cents. So this resumption in 5 minutes. We're looking for clean moves. GDC also made a that halted up, gapped up, pull back. It's no volume on that one though. But GD cultures. What did Sequel do in the end? Nothing. It's sideways, still trading within this range it was coming into the open. With the exception of that initial spike up, it's just been very rangy sideways, like the rest of the market. Very choppy, rangy, go nowhere, do nothing right now. So just be careful, guys. Nothing sustaining at the moment. Hollow is up 35% in the last 15 minutes. So that could be of interest. Yeah, it's just very choppy today. Even when it moves up, we didn't get the continuation, the break beyond $4. So next holding, looking for support at the previous resistance, about $0.75 range. But just the amount of dojis and spikes, not ideal if you want to be looking for clean moves. So it's one of those days, guys, where it's very choppy, very sideways moving. Let's go back and watch Hollow move and resume. Is it going to gap up green on the day? Now it's looking like gapping down. So this is Hollow. 615s, halted to 615s. We've got a couple of minutes before it resumes. But now it looks like it's going to resume lower, as opposed to resuming higher like it did the last time. 30 seconds to, oh, no, a minute to resumption. Still watching Lucy's pulling back towards the VWAP now. At that 370 support level. Just broke it. Innovative eyewear. Let's see what. How are you guys doing? Let me know. Are you red or green? Just post it in the chat, guys. Are you red or are you green? Are you making money or losing money today? Let me know how you getting on. So look at that. That's gap lower. Pull back. Resumed at 580. The spreads, just be careful on the spreads. The spreads are like 25 cents. Yeah, spreads are like 25 cents, 25 cents. So just be careful if you're looking at hollow. It's probably not worth the risk to trade right now. Those wide spreads, unreliable. Well, small green is a couple of you green, but only small. It's one of those days. It's choppy. If you've got green, we're an hour into the market and you've not made much green, the likelihood of you actually giving it back in a market like this is high. So just call it a day, guys. There'll be another day tomorrow. Just keep checking the charts, keep checking the markets just to see if anything starts to move cleanly. That's the problem that we've got at the moment. There's nothing moving cleanly at all. Hollow, as you can see, volume's not great. Give it till lunchtime. We might get something off at the top of the hour. 25 minutes, top of the hour move. This is pulling all the way back. So we made a little bit on it in terms of getting it back, but in the grand scheme of things, probably just sit on your hands. Don't take a trade unless you have to. Although saying that, some of the high cap stocks seem to be moving. Microsoft is moving up in spite of the market, so it's broke high of day, new high of day. Let's have a look at how's Tesla getting on. Down on the day. What about Meta is up, but pulling back a little bit. AMD down, selling off. So maybe look, change your strategy. If you're on a margin account, it's a high liquidity stock, easy to borrow, that you can look to short. Right now, I've not even looked at the losers on the day, so I'll probably have a look at that, see if there's anything worth shorting. If I can't find anything worth going long on, I need something easy to borrow because I don't want to be paying locate fees and borrow fees and stuff. So just want something easy to borrow. So probably look at if there's anything trending. There's nothing really holding its move. Pre-market, we had KPRX just been sideways. The VWAP's pretty horizontal. Lucy just innovative eyewear. Lucy just it's moving up, but it's just not reliable, clean moves. So today's just one of those very choppy days. So just knock it on, just knock it on the head. Stay green. You know the motto, Alistair. Albert. Get green, stay green. Jackie. Lock it in. That's a good green day. That one, 1800, good green day, Jackie. Lock that in. Phil, red like I am. CC, red like I am. Penn State, it's a red day. It's very difficult to stay green on a choppy day, because just when you think you're going to get the breakout and the continuation, it reverses, as we've just seen there with the innovative eyewear or Lucy. And we've seen a lot of that. Bed Bath & Beyond was the same. So just be careful with the trades. Just don't trade unless it's a really good setup and it looks like it's getting clean. Look for the confirmation. Don't get in unless you get the confirmation. It's just right now too choppy to be taking speculative trades. It's just a very choppy day today. Good luck, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up early. There's nothing trading. I'll come back. I'll take the dog for a walk. Come back in an hour and see what's moving. Golden Sun. I don't like Golden Sun. It's just it moves without volume. That's the problem with Golden Sun. You can see it's there's been no volume. Got one volume candle above 100k. So I'm not a big fan of Golden Sun. This has moved up huge amounts last year, up to like $90 when it shouldn't have done. HKD and body style, and as a result, I'm always wary of it. What's the spreads like on this? So 3-4 cents spreads, not too bad. I'm not seeing any catalyst for a move. But just be careful, guys. Today we've seen way too many fake outs to just be taking a speculative position. Yeah, don't trade it unless it's actually setting up really well. And everything's a bit choppy at the moment, just because we've had two good volume candles on GSUN. It spiked up, and then it spiked up and give you a nice warning sign there to say, look, I'm not going to I'm not sustaining. I'm not continuing this move. And that warning sign is on multiple time frames. So be careful. The indicators are all there. The truth is out there. I think I'm just going to lock it up for today. Come back later. Let's see what happens. Right, guys, as always, it's been a pleasure. But I think today is one of those, just be patient. There will be something moves at some stage today. If you're in front of your screen, don't sit at your desk all day long unless you've got nothing better to do. Watch some funny cat videos on Instagram while you're waiting. But if you're patient enough, something will move at some stage today, and if you're in the right place at the right time, you can catch it. Up until then, just be careful. Okay? I'll go walk the dog. I'll come back later. I need to go to the supermarket as well. Actually, I need to buy a couple of bits and pieces, so I'll take the dog for a walk to the supermarket and do a bit of shopping. Okay, guys, I'll catch you back tomorrow, an hour before the market opens. I'll see you then. I'm not trading on the small account yet either, so definitely not trading anything unless it's an A+ setup there. AMC trying to get over 635. That could be interesting if it starts to get up to 650. And then you've got devil horns. So you got the first warning on GSUN, and we got the second warning. Just be wary. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there, and I will see you tomorrow. Take it easy and stay green if you're green, and if you're red, don't dig a bigger hole.